We don't send AI to the gym for us and expect to build muscles. Why would we expect to maintain or build cognitive thinking by outsourcing thinking to machines? Are we at risk of losing skills we took for granted just a year ago? I think that we potentially are. AI is taking a lot of the cognitive load off us on tasks that can be done by AI. And if you do none of those tasks, you might find yourself struggling to do even basic things. So some of the concerning trends that I'm seeing both on a personal capacity as well as in a business sense is that people are offshoring their thinking to AI tools. So they are defaulting to asking the question before they've even understood the challenge or the problem that they're trying to solve. And an interesting situation that I had happen just a couple of weeks ago was one of the tools that we used went down. There was just a crash. There was nothing available for a couple of hours. And I had to write a memo, and I decided to put it off because I didn't have the AI tool available to me. That is actually a crazy situation. I can absolutely write a memo myself, but I had almost become reliant on the AI. It is a good reminder to keep some of your cognitive ability. You need to do a spectrum of tasks, and you can use AI as a gym to help hone your cognitive abilities and challenge you on what you're doing. So we're entering a new age now when it comes to AI. You will be able to offshore or outsource a lot of your thinking to AI tools so that you don't actually have to think. But that will actually end up being a crutch, and you will end up having AI guide you through what it thinks as opposed to what you think. You need to understand that AI should be a tool that helps you do your best work, and it elevates your thinking and cognition as opposed to something that you offshore it to and it replaces your thinking. When you are doing work and you start engaging these AI tools, it is crucial that you practice critical thinking as you engage with them, especially in the beginning, and that you guide the AI to the insights you're chasing as opposed to it taking you along on a ride and giving you something that maybe you potentially didn't want. Another parallel that comes to mind is how we had a shift from using the library to source information to using Google to find the answer. So originally, if you had a question, you would have to go find a book. You would have to read through several pages to potentially find the answer to it. And in this process, you would source a whole lot of knowledge that's auxiliary potentially to what you're looking for. Then Google entered the picture and you could just ask the question and you got a pretty precise answer, and you didn't have to read through quite as much. But you were still required to read potentially the article or whatever was presented to you. The next evolution is now AI. You ask a question and you can get a precise answer. This is shortening that learning cycle even further. And if you are not intentional about how you go about your work, you're going to lose everything in between. And that's where a lot of the learning currently and typically occurs. When using AI tools, one of the ways to strengthen your cognitive ability is to ensure that you continually check it and you apply a checks and balances approach. But many people do not. They check the question they ask and they check the outcome, and everything that happens in between, they let the AI model make the decision on. If you were to intentionally apply a review and check those checks and balances to make sure it's correct, your outcome will be higher and you would have learned more during this process than if you just took that end product and sent it through. When you go to the gym, you build up your muscles. When you use AI in an intentional way, you build up your cognitive capabilities. If you don't go to the gym and don't use it at all, your muscles will atrophy and you will not be as strong. Not using AI also has the potential to decrease your ability to build up your cognition and strengthen your overall ability to deliver high quality work.
Nexus, published by GHD. Actionable Foresight.